joining me today. I want to show you a really fun little treat for Halloween. You can really use this same recipe for anything, any time of the year, any different shapes, but this one I think is really cute in the bone and skeleton and ghost form. So all we're going to do is be using the SweetWise meringue powder. Now, what I did ahead of time, because I need this liquid to cool, is I have a half a cup of granulated sugar that I dissolved in 1 cup of boiling water. So I just made sure all the granules were dissolved. And then I made sure to just cool that off completely. I don't want to try to whip this hot or I'm not going to get nice, fluffy meringue. So all I'm going to do is throw it in here and then add a half a cup of my meringue powder. And then I'm going to let this whip in the stand mixer with the whisk attachment for about 7 or 8 minutes. So get that going. And then we'll come back in about 7 or 8 minutes. Okay, so we've got this whipped up to stiff peaks now. So that looks nice. I'm just going to set my whisk aside and grab my spatula. I have a bag here that just has a coupler fitting inside of it. I want to make sure to use the one without a split. You can get those at sweetwise.com. And there's no tip on here. I'm just using the coupler. So I'm just going to fold this down so that I don't get any up on the top side of the bag. A little bit easier to handle. And I'm just going to fill my bag about half full with my meringue. If you wanted to, you could certainly flavor this. Maybe if you're doing it for fall, you could add some caramel flavor or apple flavor or something fun like that. If you're doing meringues that are not fall related, maybe you're doing this for spring and you're just using like a star tip and you want to do like a little rosette with your meringue, maybe some lemon would be nice in there. All of that is certainly okay. Just try to stay away from the oils, because if anything that has oil on it touches this, it can keep it from getting a nice stiff peak to it. Okay, so all I'm going to do is make sure that's primed. There's no air in it. Now I'm going to start with my ghosts. These are really easy to make. You can see I've got some like a little bit fatter, some taller, some thinner, some a little bit crooked. But just make them the way you want to. So I'm going to just have this straight up and down. And I'm just going to squeeze, and I'm just going to pull my tip away as I continue to squeeze. And then I'm going to stop squeezing and then pull away. And that's what kind of makes that little peak. If you want one to have like a little bit of a, like this one here that has a little bit of a tip that curls over, you're just going to pull a little bit faster, and then that way it pulls away from the top and kind of bends over. Let me show you. I'm going to put a tip on this really quickly. I'm just going to use a number 10 here and go ahead and put the outside of the coupler nut on there. Screw that down. I'm going to show you how I did these bones really quickly. These are just fun. I'm basically making kind of a heart shape that's sideways like that. And then I'm just going to continue straight as long as I want my bone, and then do another heart at the other end. And then you can kind of fill it in to make it a little bit smoother, and also just kind of give it a little bit of substance so it's not quite so thin. It's actually something that you can eat and enjoy. So we'll do one more of those. Heart shape, another heart shape, and then just kind of smoothing it out and filling it in. Okay, and then the skull is really fun. What I did here is I made kind of like a balloon shape. I've got like a big part of the head. Okay, and then I just kind of pulled down and kind of squared off for the jaw. Now, what I did to bake these is I put them in a 200-degree oven for 3 hours. You could certainly do it overnight if you want to just maybe set it for 2 hours and then shut the oven off and leave it in overnight. That's fine too. But if you're in kind of a hurry for them, there's no hurrying meringues really, but if you want to use them that day, 3 hours at a 200-degree oven is perfect. You certainly don't want to go a higher temperature than that because you don't want them to brown. You want them to keep their nice white shape. Okay, so what I did as far as the details on here, this is a black food color pen, and it's just a pen that has actual food coloring in it. So it's really easy to write. All of these over here I already baked, so they're already finished and firm. So all I'm going to do is do my 2 eyes for the skeleton, 2 kind of hash marks for the nose, and then for the jaw, just right at the bottom, some hash marks there. Easy skeleton. And then for the ghost, really easy to do. All I did, you can make these have all kinds of different expressions, but I just did 2 eyes, and then if I kind of elongate the mouth a little bit, make it a little bit squiggly, so he's like, oh, like a ghost would be. So those are really fun. This is a little crispy treat. They store well, like in a little baggie, in an airtight bag. I think they're really fun to put out for your Halloween treat, something that's not quite so heavy as some of the like cupcakes and cakes and other things like that. Just something fun to look at and fun that the kids really like to eat. So if you want to try out our meringue powder, give that a try. These are really fun. Thanks for watching.